Hi, Julia Dean here, and we are continuing along with our Eat More Veggies kind of series with, trying to get more great recipes for eating vegetables. This one is great too. This one is sauteed kale with crispy panko topping. Now, the panko topping, actually I'm using is gluten-free, but you can use any kind of panko topping that you have, which is totally fine. In this particular recipe, we are going to use some anchovies. If you're plant-based, totally fine. You don't have to do the anchovies at all. I don't mind anchovies. I think they're yummy, and I think they add a lot of great flavor, and so we're going to go with some anchovies. But like I said, if you don't want them, no problem. You don't have to use them. So what I'm doing here is you have to add a nice, generous coating. Make sure my heat is on. You have to add a nice, generous coating of olive oil to your skillet. Oh, there we go. Okay. Heat's going. A nice, generous coating of olive oil. Like, you want to coat the bottom of the skillet, okay? Because we're going to be toasting up the breadcrumbs here, okay? So we're going to add some crushed red pepper, as much as you like. So it really, doesn't matter. It's up to you. And we're going to add in like 2 anchovies here. Remember, anchovies are really high in omega-3s too, the little small fishes. So these anchovies we're just going to sizzle up. Turn it down a little bit. The anchovies are going to dissolve here. If you want to get up as close a little bit, you'll see the anchovies are dissolving. You can see, just kind of push them with your spoon and they'll kind of just fall right apart in the oil. Okay. A little bit more. The anchovies have been kind of like an umami flavor, right? They just add that kind of background flavor that you don't necessarily always know that that's what it is. Like in a Caesar salad, sometimes people will say, oh, I don't want anchovies, but a lot of times they're in there and you don't even know it. So, okay, so we're going to add in half a cup of breadcrumbs here. This is for 1 bunch of kale. All right, so here's our breadcrumbs. We're going to soak all this up. I'm going to turn our heat back up a little bit higher here. Yep. There we go. The flame came out, see? Oh, there we go. All right, so now what's going to happen here is the breadcrumbs are going to brown, okay? And we want them to get a nice golden brown. Like, you really want to know that those got nice and brown. Let's need a little bit more here. There we go. Yep, okay. You really want the breadcrumbs to brown here. Okay, so this is going to take probably 3 minutes or so. We can add just a touch of salt to the breadcrumbs here. Just a little bit. There we go. So let them kind of, they have that surface, kind of equal surface area here. I'm just going to let them sit. These are going to brown. And then after they are brown, we're going to remove them from the pan, put them in a side bowl, and we're going to start to saute the kale. With the kale, we're going to add some chopped garlic, a little bit of salt, some pepper, and then we're going to put the kale on a plate and then add the crunchy breadcrumbs on top. So that's kind of how it's going to come together here. So let's take a look here. Oh, look, see? They're getting nice and brown. That's good. So give these another minute. I'm going to turn off the heat and we're going to add the kale and then we'll keep going. The breadcrumbs are done. They've all toasted up. And I removed them and I wiped the skillet clean. Okay, so now we're going to add our olive oil. Back again. I didn't just totally wash it. I just wiped it just so it gets clean. All right, so that's just the moisture from the kale. Sorry, water and oil aren't friends, and that's why they does that. I'm going to add the rest of that here. We're going to add a little bit of salt. A little bit of salt, one more little one. Give this a little stir here. We might need a little more oil. I did chop the kale up a little bit, right? Just kind of a rough chop. You could tear it with your hands, either way. I think it's safe to add the garlic now. I'm always very careful and conscious when I add garlic because I don't want the garlic to burn. And if we would have added the garlic first, may have not worked out so well. A little more olive oil. We're going to add a little bit of lemon at the end. All right, so the garlic's now going to get some nice heat on here. Oh, I smell that lemon too. Turn down our heat a little bit. Smoke this out of here. Alright, so that's good. You don't want to kill the kale, like you don't want to, you know, saute it so much that it just, you know, wilts away. Alright, so I'm going to turn that off. So what we're going to do, we'll come right back when we're ready to assemble. I'm going to go ahead and grab our platter, and then we'll be right back. Okay, so I removed the kale from the skillet. So you're going to put a touch of lemon there. Just a little bit of lemon to kind of add a little bit of height to it. Mix that lemon in. I'm going to mix in some of the breadcrumbs here. Okay, just mix some in. It's crazy how much texture this adds to it. It's awesome. A little bit of on top. Now you could do kale, you could do Swiss chard, kind of any other, you know, really, you know, kind of hearty green like that. But just take a look. Looks pretty cool, right? The little crunch there. I'll take a little bite here for you. Maybe you can be able to hear the crunch in my mouth. It's so unexpected because you get that kind of crunchy bit from the panko, and you don't really know, like I mentioned about the anchovy, you can't really tell. I mean, I get if you don't eat them, that's fine, but it's not a big deal. It's really good. It's the crunch. So again, all we did was just review. Oil, a little bit of oil in the bottom of the pan. Anchovy, crushed red pepper. We added the breadcrumbs, let them toast, put them aside. Sauteed the kale with a little bit of garlic. And then we combined the breadcrumbs with the kale. And it's absolutely delicious. You guys will love it. Eat more veggies.